Welcome to this session on controlling the geometry with sliders. In this session, we will create slider nodes to control the height and width of the form. So a slider node is basically a visual control that you can operate with your mouse. A slider can then be wired to any input port to provide a numeric value. You can specify a range of values that is produced by the slider as well as control the increments between values. So I'm going to go over to my node types. I'm going to come down under the utility nodes and I'm going to select the slider node. And that's going to put a slider node on the graph. I'm going to click in the name field and call this slider height. That's basically the name of the variable. Then I'm going to move over to the node properties to set up the properties. So I'm going to start by setting a minimum and maximum value for the slider. So we'll leave the minimum at 0 and I'm going to set the maximum at 260 feet. Now this is based on, if you take a look at the site plan here, there's actually a note on here that indicates the building height limitation is 260 feet. So this will make sure that we never set the height of the building to be greater than 260 feet. We can set a resolution. So I'm going to set the resolution to 1, basically 1 foot. I'm going to turn on the option to snap to ticks. That basically gives us ticks on the slider that the slider will snap to. And we could set that tick interval independent of our resolution, so perhaps 5 feet. And then I'm going to come up and actually set the default value for this slider. So for instance, I might set that to 90 feet. Just has to fall somewhere between that minimum and maximum. And now we can see that represented on the slider. We can see we have those ticks, and I can slide this along there, changing the value. Now once I have that one slider set up, I could right-click and select copy. Now I can paste a second node on my graph. I just right-click on the graph and select Paste Nodes. And now I have a second slider node, and I'm going to rename this one and call it Width. And if I double-click on it, it makes that the active node in the node properties, and I could change those properties. For instance, I probably don't want a minimum and maximum of quite the same values. So I'm going to change that minimum value to 25 feet. I'm going to make the maximum value 75 feet, and I'll just make that default value 35 feet. We can still leave the resolution at 1, and perhaps I want to change that tick interval back to 1 in this case. And that sets up the width slider. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to the transactions and record those two sliders as the next steps in my script. So far though, those sliders aren't controlling anything because I haven't linked them to any of the inputs. What we want to do is take that height slider and I'm going to link it into the height input of the mass. You might have noticed the change in the height there. And I'm going to take the width one and link it to the width input on our form. So now these sliders are controlling those values, and so I could slide this and quickly change that mass. And now I'm going to record those changes. So now we're able to control that mass model with the 3 points that define the arc, as well as these two sliders, which are going to control the height and the width. In the next session, we'll begin to set up some planes to create floors within our mass, and we're actually going to use a list in order to efficiently create those planes.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.